Are central banks manipulating the gold market? Some of you may remember in February 2022, I did this video, Where is Australia's Gold? And Senator Rennick grills the former RBA Deputy Governor, Guy Debelle. Well, he's back at it again. But what I want to do before I get to his recent grilling of the current governor of the RBA, let me just share a little clip from this video.
Hi guys, how are you going? And just to confirm, I am speaking with bankers and not meteorologists and scientists.
Yes.
Academics. Okay, thank you. Is the RBA aware that the Deutsche Bank had to settle a price-fixing litigation, and basically it had to be settled because the plaintiffs accused both Deutsche Bank, the Bank of Nova Scotia, Barclays, HSBC, and Societe Generale of manipulating prices of gold, gold futures and options, and gold derivatives through twice-a-day meetings to set the so-called London gold fixing.
Yes, I'm aware of that, Senator.
Yep, and you're also aware that JP Morgan had to pay a $920 million fine over misconduct of market manipulation in regards to trading metals and Treasury securities?
Yes, I am, Senator.
With that in mind, I noticed that in the report that you sent me, and I appreciate you sending that through report, that you mentioned that there is the existence of fake gold bars had been detected at the Bank of England in the past and by the presence of duplicate refiner serial numbers. Has this issue ever been raised with the Treasurer? And given the serious nature of this statement, why are we still keeping gold with the Bank of England, who have clearly failed in their custodianship of our gold?
To answer your question, no, we haven't raised it with the Treasurer.
You haven't raised it with the Treasurer?
No.
Okay, thank you. I note also that those some of those bars, a lot of those bars have been refined since 2015. Given that we haven't bought or sold any gold in 20 years, how is it that this gold's only been refined in the last 5 years, and where exactly were our gold bars prior to 2015?
So they were at the Bank of England prior to 2015, Senator. I mean, we gave you the information earlier to an earlier question of yours about how they, when bars got where. I don't quite understand your question. Sorry.
Well, why would they be refined? I mean, once a gold bar's a gold bar, why would you refine it again?
Because I think and I'm happy to provide this a more detailed answer subsequent. But my understanding is that over time, bars don't maintain their full value. Gold dust sort of flakes off and whatever, and every once in a while the bars are refined.
Okay. Who audits the Bank of England and their reserves? And does the RBA get a copy of the audit report? And does the audit report cross-check balances and serial numbers of gold bars with other counterparties to ensure that there is no double counting of gold bars?
Sorry, do we get a copy of the Bank of England's audit?
Yeah,
the audit, you mean?
Yeah, do you get a copy of the Bank of England's audit of its gold reserves? And a statement from their auditors saying that they've actually checked all their parties and counter statements with their serial numbers to ensure that the same serial numbers aren't being given to different counterparties, hence the duplicate counting of gold.
I'll have to come back to you on the exact answer to this, but in terms of do we get a report of their audit of their custodial services to which we provide versus the Bank of England's holding of their own reserves, I'm not so sure on the latter. On the former, I'll come back to you. Sorry, yeah. I don't think we get the latter. On the former, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, I guess the reason why the latter is so important is that we need to see that the Bank of England themselves are being audited, not just our gold bars in the Bank of England, but the entire...
Are the Bank of England's audited? Yes, they're required. Just as we're audited, they're also audited. Do I get a copy of their audit report? No.
Yeah, sure. Given the information that I've revealed today, do you think that maybe we should think about bringing our gold home?
As I said to you, Senator, I'm comfortable with the arrangements as they have, as they currently stand.
Yep.
In terms of
and Okay, and are you aware?
I'm not concerned that the Bank of England has stolen our gold, Senator, if that's what you're getting at.
Well, I mean, you know, the presence of duplicate gold serial bar numbers, I'll be the judge of that. Given that you yourself haven't actually been over there to count it, all of it, 100% of it, any time in the last 20 years, I don't think you can say that. So I'll be the judge of that. Are you aware of the value of Australia's gold exports in the 2021 financial year?
Not off the top of my head, but we have that information.
Yeah, it's $28 billion. It's our third biggest mineral export, and it basically employs, you know, between 70 to 100,000 people. Now, you know, given that there has been, you know, proven gold manipulation of the gold market, you know, it's worth pondering the fact that if prices are being constrained, let's say, for example, by 50%, that could be at $14 billion in lost revenue exports. And if you assume that profit went to the bottom line, that's another $4 billion just in company tax. So it is very important to ensure that the gold market is properly accounted for. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
I note that you've got here, when you have disclosed these, that these serial numbers aren't for public disclosure. I'm curious to know why you think the fact that these gold bars, many of the gold bars have been refined since 2015, despite the fact that Guy Debale, former Deputy Governor of the RBA, said our gold bars had never moved, and yet here they are being refined, completely new again, in 2015 up to late as 2020. Why do you think that the public shouldn't be made aware of this and see these serial numbers for themselves? Because these serial numbers going public would actually put more pressure on the Bank of England from being able to actually lend these gold bars out. If they turn up in another vault somewhere, they'd quickly be identified as belonging to the you know, people of Australia.
I can try and address that as best I can. We do lend out gold from our stocks, and typically what happens, not in every case, typically what happens for the Bank of England is a change in who owns that gold on a ledger. The gold doesn't actually move its physical location within the Bank of England. Just when a bank lends a customer cash, they don't ask for exactly the same serial number to be paid back on that note, and they receive it back from the customer. They're repaying their loan, they'll receive money of a different form. Same thing happens with gold bars.
But the serial numbers of our gold bars should not change. Otherwise, you cannot audit, and what you will get is you will get an oversale.
So this is your
of gold
last
bars.
question.
So that's why I just explained. We lend out a gold bar with one serial number. What we
You
want
wanna follow
back
up
is the
on
same
gold.
quantity and value of gold, but it may be a different bar with a different serial number. Just as a bank lends out a customer a sum of money they might withdraw in cash, the bank doesn't say we want exactly the same notes physically back.
International standards around gold is fungible. One gold bar.
Sorry,
is-
if you don't mind, I'm familiar with international accounting standards. I've got good experience in this. It's incredibly important that these gold bars, if these are our serial numbers, they do not change. Because if you can change gold bars, the serial numbers of gold bars, then you cannot trace the gold bars.
Okay,
That's the
I'll
whole
just ask
point.
Senator
So are you
Rennick if there's
saying that
any-
these serial numbers change?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Gold
that's
is-
not proper
gold is-
accounting
gold
policy.
So
Gold
the
is
value of our gold holdings does not change.
No, well, that's not right. Okay, this is exactly why this needs to be disclosed,
Okay,
because
thank
you are
you.
engaging in market
Thank you,
manipulation.
Senator Rennick.
So I've done quite a number of videos over the years about the manipulation in the gold and silver market. I did this video, who's manipulating the silver market, the LBMA silver and gold manipulation ending, silver to all-time high of $50 plus in 2022 to 2024. And I'd probably highly recommend going back and watching this one. Really talks about who and why the gold futures market was set up. Silver and gold to the moon when this happens. Once again, just talking about the futures market and ETFs and how, really the gold market has become financialized. And this is how you buy silver. In this video, I talked about how I buy silver, physical silver, and the cheapest ways to avoiding those high premiums. But I would probably recommend, for my Australian viewers anyway, if you aren't familiar with Australia's gold holdings, I'll put links in the description below to all these videos check out that video I did in February 2022, Where is Australia's Gold? Give you good background, good history on what we've done with our gold holdings over the years, especially going back to 1997. But if you really want to understand the manipulation in the precious metals market, these last 3 videos are the ones that I would recommend watching. And obviously this one on how to buy gold and silver, how I do it and avoid those big premiums. But are central banks manipulating the gold market? Some say yes. Senator Rennick says yes. Some say China has actually been manipulating the market so that they can buy it all up. However, for me, it comes down to the gold futures market, gold and silver futures market. And if you don't understand why the futures market was set up and who supported setting up the gold and silver futures market, watch these videos, because that is who I think is manipulating the precious metals market. And just a reminder, the information provided in this video is for education and entertainment purposes only. Nothing on this channel constitutes as financial advice. The information in this presentation is no substitute for financial advice, and all investors should seek advice from a licensed financial advisor having regard to your own objectives, financial situation, and needs.